Bro, you can't paint for shit.
Alright, no problem. So then we're not gonna paint your car because I don't know how to paint.
You know what? I take it back.
Edit it. You can just edit it in your video so it looks like a blue
No,
color.
I take it back. I'm sorry.
Now you take it back because your car gotta be painted. No, I'm sorry, buddy. I don't know how to paint.
What is going on, guys? We are back with episode 2. So in today's video, you guys saw in my last one that we put the car up on the machine and we got it mounted. In today's video, we're going to be actually pulling the frame now. Finally, it's time to straighten out the back of the car. Super excited. This is like a huge step in the right direction. It's a huge step to get the car back on the road and back to how it used to look. So basically what we're going to be doing today is using this puller and getting this part of the car straightened. So I don't know if you guys are able to really tell. I showed in the last video, but it is crooked. Honestly, it's really hard to be able to tell how crooked it is because without the taillights in, it's hard to tell. With the taillights in, it was so obvious. Like it's like crooked. It's really bad. So I'm going to try and put the camera up on a tripod so while he's pulling it, you can actually see it pull because he tried pulling it a while ago on the floor. Well, before it was on the machine and it was hard to tell because I kept shaking the camera. So I'm going to put it up on a tripod so you guys can see. So basically what he's going to do is attach this onto this and pull it this way. So I'm pretty sure the bottom half of the car needs to go this way and that part needs to go that way. So it's like straight in. I'm not really sure. I really don't know, but we're going to see right now. So let's see how easy it is to straighten a car from a chassis machine. So yeah, like I was saying, so Angel took out the crash bar. So this is finally out, and what he's gonna do is put this impact strut back into this hole where it belongs, and that's how he's gonna pull the car. That's how he's gonna pull the chassis. So yeah, let's see how he does it. Alright guys, so now that we got the crash bar on, it is insanely easy to see the frame damage. I'm going to show you guys it right now. I'm going to sit in the middle. As you can see, this side is way higher than this side, right? So what we want is for it to look something like this. The gap is supposed to be something like this. So I'm going to step away now, but you can see the gap on the passenger side is way higher than the gap on the driver's side. So in actuality, it's supposed to look like this. We want this side, which is like this much gap, to look something like this. So we're about to see that go down right now. Show you how the puller actually works. So basically it's connected to an air hose coming from the top of the shop. It's basically the same thing you use for with air tools. That connects to this valve right here, this strut. And whenever Angel puts his foot on this, so when he presses it, see how it just extended out? So that's it literally pulling it. And then to air it out, to like release, he presses the top and it releases it. So that's pretty much how he's gonna do it. I thought it'd be cool to show you guys how that exactly goes down and how it looks. Alright, so Angel finally has the car ready to be pulled. Everything's ready, as you guys just saw in that last time lapse. So quick recap before we start again. Check this out. So basically he mounted this piece right here onto the crash bar. That is already, and there's a chain falling behind the crash bar all the way up to the puller, which is now changed over here, which supports it here, and now it's chained around this little slot. So whichever slot you choose to put the chain through is how it'll pull. So he felt as if it's smart to put it in this one because he needs it to pull up a little higher and this way. Sometimes if you put it here, you're basically telling it to pull down. If you put it up here, that means you're telling it to pull up. So this is how he wants to pull it. It's pretty much, it looks about right. So now we can finally see this go down. I'm so excited. So the job's like 40% done in terms of pulling. So I know that was insanely hard to see because we were a little too far back and like it's very small details that you have to see. But here's the evidence right here. So when I used to shut the trunk, you can see it right here. There's like a little mark. You can see that's how it used to shut. That's why Arsh marked it right here that this is where it needs to be straightened. And you can see that it was overlapping for the past 3 months. Ever since I got into my accident, the trunk was always overlapping here. But now since he's done the pulling, look how perfect it looks. It looks a little bit better. It still needs to be modified. This isn't the finished product, but look how much better that looks. It already looks so much straighter. So just focus on this tail panel when I say it looks straighter. Just focus on this and then you can tell how much straighter it looks now. It looks crazy because I hope you guys are able to see how straight, or the difference, because I got to see it firsthand, like how crooked it used to look from the back, and now it looks so straight. It's crazy. I'm about to loosen the puller, and as you guys can tell while the trunk is closed, if you look really carefully, you can see the middle of the trunk, it's actually touching the tail panel right here. It's touching it. It's supposed to look something like this. So there's a gap here and there's no gap in the middle. So that means that this panel right here is up as well. So it actually needs to be pulled down or hammered down. So that's one part of it that I'm going to show you. But right now, as he's loosening it, I just want you guys to see, just in case, if the metal goes back to how it's supposed to be. So let's see what happens. You see? You guys see that gap close back up? So you can probably tell when my camera was far back, it's really hard to see that. Maybe you can rewind and go back and see if you can see that. But it's pretty straight now. You see the gap right here, you know, it looks proper. Before it didn't look like that. And over here, it still needs some work. So when it was under the tension of the puller, this did not look like this. This was looking very even. So we'll see what happens. All right, so before we can continue with the pulling process, Angel is now trying to straighten out this area right here to make it look like this. So you're gonna see some shots of him doing whatever he needs to do, grinding and all that stuff to the paint and the body. So welding, whatever it needs, spot welding, whatever it needs. I'm just gonna film it because I don't want to just talk over it. I'll just let him do it and you guys can just watch and see how it's done. Want to keep your eyes is in this area right here. All right, Angel, whenever you're ready. So basically what he's saying is eventually our finished product should look a little bit like this with a gap in the middle between the tail panel and the trunk. So he's still gonna pull it a little bit more, but I'm just gonna let him do what he's doing. So basically Angel's putting on the rubber of my trunk to just double check, make sure everything's proper, and just test the fitting again. So basically he just put back the lock thingy that allows the trunk to close. He's gonna tighten that up and then we're gonna shut the trunk and see how that holds up. So I think with the trunk shut, it's gonna be easier to see how straight it is. Let's see. So if I'm not mistaken, that lock thing that he's messing with right now actually helps you adjust exactly how you want the trunk to close. So he's got to mess with it a little, so just give him some time. All right, Angel is now putting the light in just to test fit, make sure everything looks right. They're not happy with how it's fitting right now. They want to adjust it a little bit more. So I don't really blame them. I mean, I don't know. To me, the car, look, literally at this point in time, the car literally looks fixed to me. But to them, they're just like, no, this, these little details. It's crazy how they see it, and I just don't. So they're gonna try and test fit this again. He's just putting in the light. He's gonna shut the trunk and see how it lines up, and this will be the true test to see how it closes and how much the puller actually did something. So let's see. I'm gonna shut the trunk now. Moment of truth. Oh, that looks so good. It looks like I was never in an accident now. Guys, I wish you knew, like literally, you can kind of tell the trunk used to close on my taillight like this. This part of the trunk used to stop right here. And now it looks proper, but I don't know. He's not happy with it yet, so I'm gonna let him look at it, but to me, it looks pretty freaking straight, man. That's crazy. I got so used to seeing my car without the taillights, now it just looks weird with the taillights in. It is closing time. It is time to go. All the work we did today is all we can do for today. I will see you guys in 2 seconds. And we're back. So this is like, I'm gonna say 5 or 6 days later. I'm extremely exhausted. I came back from Mike's house late last night and then I had to wake up. It's like 8 a.m. right now, so, you know, really tired, so don't mind my eyes. I know I look crazy, but whatever, it is what it is. So let's get back to our regular scheduled program, which is fixing the E36. All right, so the tail panel, the trunk closing and everything looks pretty much just about right. Angel has checked it out. He's saying it's good. So we're now gonna focus on the lower half of the car that is actually still bent. So remember how I said the crash bar needs to be straight? The reason why it wasn't straight was, and how I said the right side's gap needs to close up, was because of that hole that's messed up. So Amigo's gonna work on that. I'm just gonna keep time-lapsing stuff. So let's do this. In case you guys forgot. It's crazy. Alright, so Angel this entire time has been working in this portion of the car, and as you guys remember, this was completely ripped out, this hole. This entire thing was just crumpled, destroyed, and now look at it. It looks like, it's like, not that bad. Like, it looks really good. Like, he added metal here to make it go along with the line of this piece right here. So like, everything is like pretty much like very, very, very close to how it used to be before the accident. Now, if you're wondering if this is going to be sturdier or not, honestly, I have no idea, but it should be good because like he put a piece of new metal here. So I think the whole reason this happens is because this metal like gets old over time, and that's why it was able to rip out and just destroy the entire thing. So not only is this area fixed now the rear is completely straight. I installed my taillights so you guys can tell. It's easier to tell with the taillights in how straight it is. So now what we're gonna do really fast for you guys is put the crash bar in, just like a test fit, just so you guys can see how much that gap got smaller on the right versus how it was on the left. Remember when I had the crash bar in earlier in this video? So then you guys can compare it really fast and see how straight it really got. All right, so Angel is just gonna put this in really fast for us. Okay. Check that out. Alright, so as you can probably tell, it's a lot better now, right? The right side is still a little bit lower. If you can tell, if you look closely, it's a little bit lower than the left. That's how we ideally want it to look. So since this is still a little bit lower, that does not mean this is the final fitment. Basically, this hole that the impact strut goes into, if you guys saw, if you were looking carefully in the time lapse, Angel was actually grinding out the circle. So basically, he's gonna be able to see, okay, this is too low. He's gonna grind out that circle a little bit more and lift the crash bar a little bit more, just to have it aligned. Also, we'll be test fitting it with the rear bumper, so it kind of like works together and you're able to like fit it perfectly. So it's crazy. Like, I'm gonna try and put pictures of my car when I crashed it. Like, if you can see the tail panel right now, I'm gonna put it up on the screen. Look at how crooked this left corner was, like this left part of the tail panel. Look how crooked it was versus now. Like, look at it now. Like, look how straight it is. It's almost like back to OEM. So I'm super excited. You have no idea what this means. If you guys don't understand what this means that we can put the crash bar on and put the bumper on, the back's done. The back's literally back to normal. Huge, huge, huge news. That's great news. I'm super hyped. I was hoping for no hiccups, and thank God there was none. Angel completely delivered. Huge, 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 huge shout out to Best Service Auto Body for all the work that they've been doing to my car. We haven't been working very often because of my work schedule. They've been working with my schedule, so it's crazy. Like, you guys are the best. Thank you so much, guys. And for those of you that have watched this far, I really fuck with you. Thank you so much for watching this far in. I promise I'm gonna make it worth it in the end when this car is revealed and done and ready. So please comment down below what you guys think I should paint this car, if we should bring it back to silver or we should bring it back to another color. Let me know down below. But anyway, guys, that pretty much does it for this video. Take care. Peace out.